Okay, welcome back to King FX Trading Mastery. If this is your first time you will be watching our analysis or any of our video, make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell icon so that you can be notified anytime we upload any new content. Okay, so for those of you who are watching this for the first time, what you are looking right in front of you is called the King strategy. This is a combination of moving averages, stochastic, and RSI. This strategy has over 75% win rate if you follow the instruction pertaining to the strategy. All right. So if you really want to learn more about this strategy, you want to learn more how to set up the moving average parameters, the trading conditions, and every other thing, make sure you watch this video to the end, because there is going to be a link at the end of this video where you can watch to learn more about this strategy from zero to the maximum level. And we have several videos on that too on our channel. So feel free to explore our channel to learn more about this strategy. And there are a bunch of other videos pertaining to trading on our channel that you can watch and learn a lot from. All right, so let's get down with this week analysis. Okay, this week analysis is between Monday, August 9 to Friday, August 13th, 2021. Monday, August 9th to Friday, 13th, August 2029. All right, for those of you who do not know, we'll be taking this analysis. Our entry time frame for this analysis is H1, okay, where we take H4 as our filter time frame. Okay, we analyze based on what the weekly and daily time frame is telling us, okay, before we can consider taking a trade. So our entry time frame is based on H1. Okay, so for the sniper entry, we take trade on 5 minutes. Okay, so you may revert to a video on our group that teaches more about the sniper entry, where you can use tighter stop loss to take big reward. All right, so revert to that video so you can learn more about the sniper entry. So the sniper entry makes this more powerful. All right, but based on our analysis, we take our trade on H1. All right, so let's get down with today's analysis. The first pair I want to be looking at is AUD/USD. And before I go deeper, most of all the pairs we analyzed last week played out as expected. Of course, we cannot catch everything, but we want to be able to catch with the ones that played out in our direction. But to the glory of God, we've been able to catch good profits if as we traded it the right way. So if you do the same thing, there's no way you're not going to bank profit at the end of the week using this strategy alone. All right, so let's get started. The first pair we'll look at is AUD/USD. I'm not so surprised that USD just suddenly gained strength, because based on support, demand and supply, we know that USD is most likely going to go strong, and that is what we have seen. So I'm not so surprised. And for those who are really following the pair, you will not be surprised. So the first pair I'll look at is AUD/USD. Is currently sell bias based on H1 and H4. So the weekly we see this close in green with some rejection from the upside down, from the upside to the downside. So this tells us that we may see some pull down towards towards the green support, which is what we analyzed last week as where price is going to come to. Okay, we expected price to drop down to this level during this week we just concluded, but we see some push up before the pull down again. Now it's on its way to the our intending area. So now during this coming week, we expect AUD/USD to even drop further to this red support at 0.7018. All right, That's where we are expecting AUDUSD to drop to. Coming to the daily, we see a bearish engulfing. So this tells us that we may see out some pull down, okay, to the downside. So if that happens, we want to see this pair drop down to, on the daily side, to 0.7279. All right, that's on the daily side. Okay, so coming to our entry time frame, we've seen it this below the moving average, so we want to wait for the pullback. Okay, the pullback is certainly going to come. As we can see, price is slowing down already. So take your sell entry, and your first target is going to be towards the green support. Okay, if that level get broken, we are heading to the red support. So this is going to be a good trade for us, guys. AUDUSD, look for a sell. AUDUSD, look for a sell. AUD card is currently sell bias. Okay, so the weekly, we see the weekly candle close in green, but we have some minor rejection. As we can see, this is coming from a supply zone. So with that in mind, we may see this pair pull down some more during this coming week. So we may see this pair start approaching the red support at 0.9015 during this coming week. So the daily side, we see an engulfing candlestick. Okay, this is not a perfect engulfing candlestick anyway, but this symbolizes that we may see some pull down to the downside during this coming week. So with that in mind, on the daily side, we expect AUD card to drop down to 0.9151, which is at this green support. All right, so coming to the entry time frame, wait for the pullback. Okay, then catch your sell entry to the downside. So AUD card is also good for a sell. AUD card, look for a sell. AUD NZD is currently sell bias, as we can see, but the weekly candle closed in red. So we see, as this is what we analyzed last week, that we expect this pair to also keep pushing down, and it did exactly, and we catch good trade right on this pair as well. So it has broken the green support, which is what we were expecting. It has broken the green support, so it's heading to the red support. So our target for this coming week is going to be at the red support, which is at 1.0418. All right, so AUD NZD, once the cross happen to the downside, okay, it's pulling back already. Once the cross happen to the downside, take your sell trade, and we'll be heading to the red support. All right, so that's our target before we can see any reversal. So AUD NZD, look for a sell. AUD NZD, look for a sell. Euro card is the next pair that looks nice. Okay, this is also to the downside, and the weekly candle, we see this close in perfect engulfing candlestick. So a good sign that we may see this pair pull down to the red support at 1.484610 during this coming week. All right, so the daily, we see the daily close in red. Another good sign for us to see that the weekly target is most likely going to be hit. Okay, so the daily target for this is at this green support, which is at 1.4692. All right, so coming to the entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback. The pullback, then catch the sell entry to the downside. All right, so Euro card, I beg your pardon, look for sell. Euro card, look for sell. Euro NZD is currently sell bias. So the week close in engulfing. So this is a clear sign that we may see this pair pull down seriously well during this coming week. All right, so the weekly target that we may be eyeing for this pair is towards this support at the red support, which is at 6323. Okay, so the weekly, we see this close in green, but not perfect candle as I can see. Okay, we still have some gap that need to be filled in between. So coming to the day, the entry time frame, we expect this is most likely going to push up to touch the moving average on H1. So on the once the pair is coming down, it will be a good one to also look for a sell. Okay, as NZD is strong and euro is currently weak. All right, so Euro NZD, look for a sell. Euro NZD, look for a sell. Euro GBP is currently on this downside. Okay, so we are currently seeing this sitting at a strong support zone, but based on the weekly candle, we see this close with a good momentum candle to the downside, a clear signal that this support is most likely going to get broken. 85% assurance this place is going to get broken due to this type of candle we have. So if this place get broken, we are heading to the red support at the 0.8302. All right, so the daily candle, we also see this close in red already, trying to pierce the support. So it gives us good assurance that the support is going to get broken. So we want to look for a retracement. Okay, then take your sell entry. You definitely need to wait for the retracement because this place is going to be respected and price is going to shoot up a little bit before the downside. Okay, so Euro GBP, look for a sell. It's going to be a good one as well. Euro GBP, look for a sell. Euro USD. Euro USD is currently pulling down seriously well, good momentum. All right, so with that in mind, the weekly candle, we see this close in red. All right, but this is currently approaching, is currently sitting at a supply zone, sorry, demand zone, I beg your pardon, but we've seen the demand being respected with this, with the previous candle, previous week candle. So we expect this to either pull down some more to break this green support and head on to the red support. So if that should happen, our weekly target for Euro USD during this coming week is at the red support, which is at 1.1587, right? So the daily candle, a good momentum candle to the downside, a strong candle. So this tells us that we should expect more downside on Euro USD. So our weekly target for Euro USD is at this this green support at 1.1709 during this coming week. So we want to wait for Euro USD to pull back towards the moving average on H1, then take your sell entry to the downside. And your first target is going to be at the green support. And if that level get broken, we are heading to the red support. So Euro USD, look for a sell. Euro USD, look for a sell. GBP JPY is currently pushing up, okay, based on H1 and H4. The weekly target for this is at the red resistance, which is at, sorry, I think this level, which is at 155.69. all right, because we see this pair close in hammer, so we may see this pair keep pushing up. So the daily target, we see this close as an indecision candle, but still in green. So we may expect this pair to pull up to this green resistance at 154.05 during this coming week. Okay, between in the next 1 or 2 days, I beg your pardon, this pair price may come to this place, and if this level get broken, we are heading to the upside. All right, so GJ, we wait for the pullback, and once the cross happen, take your buy entry. GJ is also going to be a good one to look for a buy. GBP AUD, sorry, GBP AUD is the next pair I want to talk about. GBP AUD, we see GBP AUD is also pulling up. It's also on the upside. So the weekly candle, we see this was our last week analysis where we expect price to touch, and price is already at that level. So we expect this to even break this level, as this is where price was last week. We expect it to break this level. So break this level, then head on to the red support. I think price is preparing for that right now. We have an inside bar candlestick. So this inside bar may serve as continuation to the upside. All right. So the weekly candle, we see this close in perfect engulfing candlestick. So the daily candle for the daily target for this, I beg your pardon, GA, the daily target is at 1.8950 GBP AUD. All right, so on GA, let's wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback and catch your buy entry and take your first profit before the green resistance. And if that level get broken, we're heading to the red resistance. Okay, but for the red resistance, we see this may not be achieved in 1 week, may take 3 weeks or so, but that's the overall target. So GA, look for a buy. GA, look for a buy. G-Chef is the next pair I want to talk about. GBP Chef is currently buy bias based on H1 and H4. The weekly candle, we see this close in perfect engulfing candlestick. Okay, so during this coming week, this candlestick pattern tells us that we may see some push up during this coming week. And if that happens, our weekly target for GBP Chef is at the red resistance, which is 1.2854. All right, so the daily, we see this close, and the daily candle close with a good green candle. Okay, so this is a momentum candle for me. So we may see this pair to keep pushing up to approach the daily resistance at the green resistance right here, which is at 1.2771 during this coming between the first 2 days of once market open. So we want to wait for this pullback on H1. All right, then take your buy entry. GBP Chef, it's a buy. GBP Chef, look for a buy. G-Chef, look for a buy. NZDJPY is the next pair I want to talk about. NZDJPY. Okay, NZDJPY is currently buy bias. Okay, so the weekly candle, we see this close with perfect as a perfect engulfing candlestick pattern. Okay, so we expect this to keep pushing up during this coming week. All right, so NZDJPY for the weekly, we expect it to pull up to this resistance at 76.74. All right, 76.74 during this coming week. So for the daily, here is his daily target. Okay, the daily target is at 78.07. All right, so we see this close in red, but the daily candle closed in red, but for me, this serves as a test to this structure which has been broken. This supply has been taken out, though this is a test, so it's going to keep going up from what I'm seeing right there. So it has a tendency to keep going up. So we may wait for some pullback right here on H1, then catch your buy entry. Catch your buy entry. Your first target is going to be towards the green resistance, and if that level get broken, head on to the red resistance. NZDJPY is also a good one to look out for a buy. NZDJPY, look out for a buy. NZD card. NZD card is currently pushing up. Okay, so we see NZD card close. The weekly candle close as bullish engulfing candlestick. So during this coming week, we may expect this pair to keep pushing up. All right, so we want to wait. If this level get broken, we are heading to the red resistance. So the red resistance is going to be our support for this coming week on NZD card. But This may not happen in 1 week, but we are going to see how fast market is going to move on this pair. So the red resistance is the target for the weekly. So the daily, this is the target for the daily at 0.8905, all right? Because we see this close, we also see this close in red, okay? But the weekly is in play than the daily, but nevertheless, with this, we may still see some significant pullback on NZD card before the pull up may happen. So we want to put that into consideration. So right now, it's sitting at H1 120 moving average. So if the cross should happen from here, it's going to be a good one to look out for a buy. But if the blue and black moving average crosses down, that has invalidated the setup. So take note of that. But if the cross should happen right from here to the upside, it's going to be a good one. All right. So when it happens, look for the snapper entry on 5 minutes. Okay. Then take a good trade and take a good profit along the way. Okay. So learn more about the snapper entry, strategy by watching some of the videos we have on that. All right. So NZD card is also still good to look out for a buy. Okay, the next one I'll talk about is USD JPY. USD JPY. USD JPY is currently pushing up. As you know, USD has suddenly gained some strength, so we may expect all USD pairs to keep pushing up during this coming week. So the weekly candle for this, we see this close in hammer. So this tells us that we may see this pair to continue pushing up as we see this close, as we see the weekly candle close bullish, all right, and it's coming from a demand zone right here. So this tells us that we should expect this pair is most likely going to pull up to the red resistance at 111.63. All right, so the daily candle, we see this close in green, okay, healthy green candle. So with this in mind, we expect this on the daily to touch this resistance, all right, at 110.57. That is the daily resistance. So if this resistance get broken, we are heading to the red resistance. So USD JPY, look for a pullback. Is definitely going to pull back anywhere from now towards this place. All right, then catch your buy entry. This is going to be a good one to look out for a buy. USD JPY, look out for a buy. All right, USD Swiss franc is the last pair I want to talk about. Okay, USD Swiss franc is currently pushing up. Okay, it's also to the upside. So the weekly candle, we see this close in green. All right, this is not a perfect inside back candlestick. All right, but we see this close in green, and this pair is coming from a demand zone. Okay, so coming from this demand zone means that it's going to keep pushing up a little bit more. All right, it's currently approaching the weekly supply zone as well, but we expect this to push up some more based on the momentum USD has suddenly are. So if that should happen, if this pair should happen, we're expecting it to pull up to this red resistance at 0.9274 during this coming week. All right, so the daily candle, we see the daily candle close pretty strong. Okay, clear signal that we should expect this pair to keep pushing up. So our daily target for this is at this green resistance at 0.9220. All right, so we want to wait for the pullback, on this pair, then catch your entry to the upside, So USD Swiss franc is a good one to look out for a buy. USD Swiss franc is a good one to look out for a buy. So look out for a buy on USD Swiss franc. All right. So the last pair I want to talk about is USD card. USD card is also buy bias right now. So the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle close in green. Okay, perfect inside back candlestick. Okay, so we may expect this to also keep pushing up. Okay, due to this candlestick. Okay, because we see this based on the strength, the USD has, okay, we may see this keep pushing up, okay, based on the trend, and we see this also close in green. All right, so the weekly target for this is at this red resistance at 1.2801 during this coming week, okay, while the daily target, you see a bullish engulfing candlestick, okay, while the daily resistance right here is at 1.2600, which is at this green resistance. So with that in mind, we definitely want to wait for pullback to happen on the USD card and take our buy entry to the upside, and our first target is going to be towards this resistance, all right, the green resistance. All right, so while the weekly target is going to be at the red resistance. So guys, that is all I have for you guys. Please make sure you take note of this information and utilize them judiciously. So a quick recap on what we have. AUD USD, look for a buy. AUD card, look for a sell. Sorry, AUD USD, look for a sell. I beg your pardon. AUD USD, look for a sell. AUD card, sell. AUD NZD, sell. Euro card, sell. Euro NZD, sell. Euro GBP, sell. Euro USD, sell. GBP JPY, buy. GBP AUD, buy. GBP chef, buy. NZD JPY, buy. NZD card, buy. USD JPY, buy. USD Swiss franc, buy. USD card, buy. This is what I have for you guys. And the strong pair, as we can see, is USD is strong. GBP is also strong. All right, USD is strong. GBP is also strong. Why the weak pairs we have is AUD and Euro. All right, the weak pairs we have is AUD is weak. Euro is also weak. The strong pair we have is USD, GBP, and NZD is also strong as well. All right, so these are the ones we have for you guys. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button and make sure you share this with your loved one. Click that like button if this makes some sense to you. Click that like button and drop your comment in the chat if you want, if you need anything. All right, so guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much and God bless you. And quick one before we go, if you have not joined our Telegram channel, there's a link down below for you to join our Telegram channel. Every Sunday we do have training on Forex, so you can check, you can join us on this group. Then from there, you have more information about this free training. It's a training that has changed a lot of people's life when it comes to online trading. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. So I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye bye for now and happy trading.